Here we go.
9 o'clock, the meeting's called to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning and welcome everybody to the rescheduled Commissioners meeting. Today is November 12th, 2025. Agenda's been presented. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda as presented?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I do have a couple of additions, please. Item number 3 in the consent agenda, Commissioners warrants. I have add-on warrants for $28,599.36. $28,599.36. And under other business, I have 2 items, please. I have a request for the Dakota 38+2 horse riders to use the fairgrounds in December. I have a request for board action for that. And also resolution 59-31-25 for the Redwood River Comprehensive Watershed Management Plan. And have items from HR as well. Have a item is authorization of a letter of agreement with AFSCME Council 64, Local 2424 Highway and Pipestone County for temporary assignment of highway maintenance superintendent duties. And that will be presented during HR. Anything else, Shar? Okay, that's it, Mr. Chairman.
With those amendments, I'd vote to move the agenda.
Please, House.
I'll second.
Motion second to approve the agenda. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, next up, we'll look for the approval of the consent agenda, which includes meeting minutes of 10/28/25, auditors warrants of 10/31/25, 11/7/25, commissioners warrants in amounts of $180,277.79, $28,599.36, hospital warrants of $288,631.35, and October's treasury report.
Jared, move for approval. I'll second it.
Motion second to approve consent agenda. Is there any further discussion? Not all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have County Engineer Nick Bergman. First up. Good morning.
Morning.
All right, first up for me today would be some project updates. And the only update I have this month would be our 2025 box culvert contract number 3. I've listed there that is mostly complete. They are currently starting up on the 3rd one. So 2 are done, starting on the 3rd. I don't know what's gonna happen after that. We might be done for the year. We'll have to look at the calendar. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but they do, the same contractor has a few more under contract, so they may keep going after this. We'll just have to wait and see. So
Is the one by Edgerton finished or it's still?
it's open,
It is open.
but they need to do the seeding yet. So there'll be a subcontractor in there to do the seeding around that one. And then I think they'll have to come back and briefly dig part of it up again because there's a slab on that one.
Yep.
And they didn't take the form boards off when they filled it over with gravel, so we're gonna have them come take that out. So it'll be briefly tore up again, but we're talking, I'm thinking a couple hours worth of work, there, not days or anything again, so.
Thank you.
All right, next for me. Don't necessarily have to do it today, but it's that time of year again where we want to talk about bidding a 6-month supply of fuel again. We may want to set a date for that, so I'm open to whatever. I know some of the December meetings got rescheduled, so
Before the first of the year or?
correct, our current contract expires December 31st, so this would be for January through June of 2026.
We're gonna meet on the 23rd?
Yeah.
That be?
That's fine with me. I don't Like, is the fuel board open that day? I don't, or.
It's not Christmas Eve, so.
Right,
Right.
right. I think they're open, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
So,
should be fine. Okay. So I'm fine with that if that's what.
Move to set it for 10 o'clock on December 23rd.
Second.
we have a motion second to have a bid, fuel bid opening 10 a.m. on 12/23. Is there any further discussion? Well, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Next up for me, we have a current project going on. Short version is it caused farmer some delays and he was, after talking with him, he was asking that we find a better way of notifying the public of when we, are gonna start these projects. So currently how we do it is as soon as we hear from the contractor, we have some small barricades with the sign saying like culvert replacement starting, and then we have a date. We take the best date. Usually it's like the week of whatever, you know. Um, the contractor's schedule kind of depends on when they can get pipe. Sometimes they know a couple days ahead of time, sometimes a couple weeks, so there is time to time when we have very short notice, so that can affect people's operations. So in talking with this farmer, one of the ideas we had was like for example, maybe starting a social media page to where I don't know, he just thought it might help, you know, like maybe people would notice that easier because we could put it on our county website, but nobody's going to be checking that daily, in my opinion. So, so some of the thoughts I had, some of the things we could use this for would be irregular starting and quitting time for snowplows, like during a blizzard event, emergency road closures, you know, for flooding. Possibly like a tornado event or something, but I feel like that we usually have everything pushed off the road right away, so. We could put some public notices on here like spraying, mowing, bales in the ditch, snow, et cetera. We'd still use the newspaper. This would just be a supplement to that. As we let projects, we could post a map of where their locations are so people could see that. Start dates, estimated duration would be something we could use it for. Surplus equipment. I'm sure there's other things that I'm not thinking of. It's just, you know, this is the list that first came to my mind, so. Some downfalls to it, it could generate unwanted traffic at these locations. You know, people wanting to see what's going on. We would not have time to monitor it, so like, I wouldn't want anybody leaving comments there thinking that we're gonna check it and see, so I would have to I'd turn that off or put, a disclaimer on the page that, you know, these things won't be monitored, so. Another downfall is that, you know, if we get super busy and it's all hands on deck, I don't really know that we're gonna have time to update this. You know, we would try to do it, but, um, you know, if everybody's super busy, that's something I could see slipping our mind because we're focused on the work itself, so. So, I think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, and if we decide that it's, not doing what we want, we can always delete it. So I don't think we're really out a whole lot giving it a shot, so.
Yeah.
You know, Nick, I like the idea. I think it's been thrown around a little bit over the years, but
Mhm.
I would prefer myself that people would be able to put information on there, like, you know, I see a sign down, I see garbage in the ditch, there's a mattress by my house. I think maybe you'd get more information. I don't think people always like to call in, but don't seem to be afraid to, you know, like send
A
a
good
text.
point.
You know, it could get carried away. I would say it would, but you know, there's the shoulders way down by my driveway, or, you know, I don't know if it'd be too much information or not, but I think it's worth a try.
So
And you could always
I
maybe,
think you're right with people not wanting to call in, and I think you are right that we probably would get more feedback that we probably need to hear on stuff like that. So I guess I'm fine trying that, and I'll probably put some disclaimer on there then, like
Well, there could be a delay in responding or.
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
Something like, but, you know, it is pretty much just a matter of clicking on it, you know, when you got a lot of people on a computer and even Nate on his phone, you can just click on it quickly, and if you don't see anything worthwhile, you know, you can ignore some of them.
Yeah.
You know how you'll get,
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we'd get,
but
It's-
you
yeah.
know, it's not that you gotta monitor all the time. You could just once in a while just click on it and see what's, if there's anything or.
yeah, I could probably try to work something up in our like disclaimer on the front page or whatever, you know, like, well,
But other than that, I think it's a good thing. So.
I do too. Who are you gonna have administer it?
I'm not sure yet. This is kind of my starting point. Like, if you guys didn't want this, then I was just gonna let it go, but, probably Nate and myself, I'm guessing. Uh, Probably be more so me. You know, I would be more up on the construction projects and, you know, if, like in like a snow emergency or something, I'm sure Nate's gonna be plenty busy, so he could just tell me, you know, what he wants on there, like if we gotta pull the plows early someday or something like that, you know, he could just tell me that and I could take care of it, but
Could always, you know, if you two are busy, you'd tell one of the secretaries or
Yep.
the accountants, I should say.
yep.
Tell them what you want.
That's something that we'll just have to work on
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sure, however we
even
start this whole thing, we'll have to
One of
make
the-
some
one of
changes.
the Text if they,
Yeah.
they have time or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, obviously you can tell I didn't have everything thought through on this. I just kind of wanted to
It's a
start.
good start, though.
Yeah.
Nick, my opinion on that is, I never expected social media to be the source of first information that it's come to be
Yeah.
over the years. So, that's what a lot of people are relying on for information now, and then the sharing of it, I mean, that just brings more awareness through
Mhm.
social media. And I have been seeing a lot of other counties doing the same thing.
Yep. I've, I feel like it was 2 winters ago was pretty bad, or 3 maybe. I know there's been some local sheriff's departments that have used it, notifying people about plows, and I thought, hey, that's pretty slick, you know, so. So yeah, I think that's the way things are trending, so.
Sheriff Department upstairs has their own
Okay.
social media too, so I see a lot of benefits to it, so.
Can those be set up with parameters or with filters on those to control some of the
Absolutely.
Negative comments?
negative comments?
Well, you can
Yeah.
block certain individuals from commenting.
Yeah.
And things like that.
I can see, like I said, it's gonna be a very, very constructive tool, but I can also see there could be some downsides.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I guess to be like the goings on in Pipestone.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, oh, you're going down a rabbit hole now.
And they're all anonymous, you know.
Right.
Need a motion for this? or
No, I think it's just,
Discussion?
Yeah, I don't know if I need any type of official action. I just didn't want this page to pop up and you didn't know anything about it, so. So,
Mr. Chair, we already do have a Pipestone County Facebook page. And if we could possibly drag more people to look at that and have the highway departments is there a way to be a subset of that account? So it's still leading them to Pipestone County to get more information on what we're doing as well, including next highway activities as well to get on there. I
Who
think
administers that account?
pretty much IT. Or Charlotte.
IT sets up. I'm not sure,
Administer, I'm on it too, so we could do that.
certainly be added.
would it make sense for us to just use that one instead of making our own, or?
I would think so.
52.
Okay.
That do government information.
If that works.
Because then you don't have to start from zero.
Right.
Yeah,
And it doesn't matter to me how.
keep it all together.
Right.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
What is the county Facebook page address?
because there are specific. That go up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could try starting there and then if
It
that,
makes a lot of sense, you know, it's not, we're not Blue Earth County where the, you know, it'd be huge and, you know, you'd be generating a lot of your own news and whatnot, but, something that I thought of too is even, when you guys had the Stone Arch Bridge project about how much, you know, there's a lot of buzz on that, but a lot of people didn't really know about what was going on, but the pictures and everything, when those did get shared and stuff, that there was a lot of buzz over that, so I mean, that's something
yeah, we could share cool construction pictures too if you want. I mean, that's,
I think the public really likes that.
Yeah. yep.
But anyway. I agree with Charlotte and Steve's comments. I think starting on the county page makes a lot of sense, especially
Okay.
given their size and everything.
Sure. So we should just try to get admin access or whatever to that one and just,
Coordinate with IT. I think you guys can come up with a good
great.
solution, so.
And we don't have to build it.
Then if you're busy,
Have to
they
start
maybe
from
could help
scratch.
you even put the notices on there.
Yeah,
Pipestone County, Minnesota government. See,
That's the one.
yeah, I can talk with Bill and Bridget and Ryan about that, so. Yep, okay, well, we'll try to start utilizing that then and see how that goes, so. Okay. Did I answer everybody's questions? I just want to make sure I don't.
And yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. All right, next up for me, MnDOT called. They ran into some problems on the Highway 75 project that's gonna delay it.
no kidding.
Yeah. And, essentially it would put it 1 year off of another segment, so they think it's gonna be better to group it all together, so it's delayed 1 year. I didn't ask too many questions about the delays, but you know, there's some right of way issues and then something about yeah, environmental reviews that can take a long time too. So these things happen. I mean, they've happened to us before, so I can't say that it's specific to them or how they're doing things. It happens sometimes, but could have been a worse project considering that one.
But when they say right of way issues, I mean, are they expanding it in any way?
That's how I took it, yeah. I didn't specifically ask where and what, but I think they probably need to do some.
It's like culvert work or something maybe they missed or?
I didn't ask. I know I think they're realigning where 75 hits 30 a little bit. So it might have something to do with that. And apparently their right of way process takes forever.
With any luck, they're combining it with a project going to Laverne with the other,
That's probably what he was talking about.
that was supposed to be the year after they did this.
Okay, so then that's probably what he's talking about,
Well,
combining them,
hopefully
but I know,
Get them both done at the same time.
like I know,
That makes sense, but government doesn't always make sense.
Right.
right, so like I know the part in Pipestone County was gonna be done in different years, which I didn't ask why, but originally I thought that was a little odd, but I understand part of it's kind of municipal and parts rural, so they're kind of different, they're quite different how the obstacles they have, but I just wanted to let you know, so.
There's been discussion about bike trail in the right of way between Pipestone and Laverne, so I don't know if that's a factor here or not, or if that's.
Could be, I didn't ask about that. He might have said that. I don't recall, but, so I just wanted to let you know what I know and this is all I know, so. So. Lastly, for me would be some maintenance updates. The past month, we've been doing some spot graveling, a few ditch cleans, a couple back slopes. We've been working on putting up snow fence. And, we got snow equipment on the trucks and did some plowing last weekend, so. Outside of that, that's all I have. Any questions for me?
Anything for Nick? No?
All right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bill, can you put that in the enterprise that's gonna be delayed? After cut down a lot of my phone calls.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I'll work on an ad and I'll email it to you or something.
Jill
She
can do it.
was-
Jill's right behind you. She's,
You're talking to her, not me then.
yeah, sorry,
Okay, yep, sorry. Yeah, I won't worry about
Yep.
that. So.
talking over your head, Nick.
Yeah, there you go. What a way to get
Oh, way
people
to go,
started.
way to start.
Yeah, there we go.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Well,
Right. Thanks a lot,
Speaking
Nick.
of negative comments.
Yeah, there you go.
First thing I always say, it's not my road.
Right. We keep it closed, probably.
Yep, thank you.
People that know they can come in.
Yeah.
Cause if we looking in here,
Next up, we have Casey Seaver at 9:30. She's not here, so can we move some other business up.
HR?
Good morning, everyone. First item is a request for action, and this is due to the temporary absence of our current maintenance superintendent. It's necessary that we designate an employee to assume those duties and responsibilities to ensure continued efficient operation of the highway department. The proposed letter of agreement outlines the terms of this temporary assignment, including the designation of Quentin Johnson to fulfill the superintendent's duties and the corresponding temporary pay adjustment. So the action requested is to authorize chairperson and county administrator to execute a letter of agreement between AFSCME Council 64, Local 2424, the Highway Department, and Pipestone County approving the temporary assignment of the highway maintenance superintendent duties during the absence of the superintendent.
Oop,
On the request, it says Council 64, and on the letter of agreement, it says Council 65.
65. My typo.
is there a motion to approve?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
second,
That motion second, approve the authorization letter of agreement with the AFSCME Council 65. Local 2424 highway. Is there any further discussion? Not all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is my human resources report. 2 open positions currently, jailer dispatcher, still accepting application. And we recently reopened the highway maintenance worker position. That'll be posted through November 24th. We've had this posted previously, with a resignation from Jonathan Martins. An offer fell through, so we are reopening that posting. A few employment status updates. With the resignation of Brian Neas, we had an internal posting for a highway maintenance worker position. It was advertised and an offer was extended to and accepted by Philip Waldron, effective November 1st. Philip will assume the duties of a highway maintenance worker. With his transition, it opened the mechanic 2 position. So we had an internal posting for that vacancy. It was advertised and an offer was extended and accepted by Josh Koyman, effective November 1st as well. He will assume the duties of mechanic 2. And then lastly, internal posting for the temporary highway maintenance superintendent, advertised and offered, and an offer was extended to Quentin Johnson. This will be effective December 16th. Quentin will temporarily assume the duties of the highway maintenance superintendent in addition to his highway maintenance worker position through approximately May 15th of 26. And just a brief update on our colleague kudos program. Earlier this month, we launched the Colleague Kudos Program, which is an initiative designed to promote employee recognition and reinforce a culture of appreciation within the organization. The program provides an opportunity for employees to formally acknowledge the contributions of their colleagues, whether big or small. I'm pleased to share that 2 employees have already been nominated for the kudos, Brandy Shap and Amy Erks.
Scott.
Scott.
Scott. Yeah.
And I've included those in your materials for review. Following today's meeting, I will be presenting each of them with their kudos certificates, along with a die cut sticker that we had made with our Colleague Kudos logo. Something that they can either put on their water bottles, laptops, office, desk, credenzas, whatever it may be. Just an additional token of appreciation. So it's my hope that our team continues to participate in this by continuing to nominate colleagues who exemplify our values and make a meaningful impact in their daily work. That's all I have for you. Any questions?
Anything for Charlotte? All right, thank you.
You bet.
Next up, we have Casey Sievert, Emergency Services Director. Ready to take that?
I'm reading other stuff, sorry.
Appreciate you checking.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
So this morning we are here to request approval for the delayed yet slightly expedited remount of our 2011 ambulance box onto a 2024 Chevy G4500 chassis. As you could see from your board documents there, we last visited you in May of 2024 requesting approval to order the chassis for this remount purchase, and we didn't have a definitive timeline then. The latest timeline we'd been given over the summer was tentatively taking the ambulance in the first quarter of 2026 for remount because they were so backed up and behind. But they contacted Mark last week, our representative from there did, and said one of the trucks dropped out of the line, so we're up next and we can get it in quite literally this week and with potential for it to be done the end of January.
The only caveat to that is our chassis was not ordered yet. But they have a 24 chassis, a Chevy GM chassis on site that was not spoken for. And they go, the only thing is to get into the remount line, you'll have to use that chassis. It's brand new, no miles, basically. And 2 years ago, when we started all this, we were looking at either a 24 or a 25 or 26, depending on what time. So talked about it, we decided.
Are they gonna discount because it's a different year?
We're anticipating a discount with.
You know what it is?
We do not know
Not
the specific
as of this
numbers, but we know it will be less than what the bid is on the sheet.
Be nice to know. Nice to know the amount, because every year they go up, obviously.
Correct.
24 to 25 or 20.
The amount for the chassis was an estimate on the bid anyway, on the bid sheet. There was an estimate of, or approximate $50,000 for the chassis, so we know it'll be less than that, but we do not know exactly how much.
This 2024 chassis is available. Is it equipped comparable to what we were looking for?
Yes,
It's got the ambulance package built right into it.
Powertrain is what you were looking for.
Got a 327 engine in it, V8. It's got 373 gears. What else did it? Got the ambulance package,
Gas or diesel?
gas.
Yes.
It is
Yep.
gas, and that's what we're looking for, so.
Yep.
That was one of the.
And as far as it being a 2024 versus a 2026, obviously it's resale's not gonna be as great, but we don't really factor in resale when we buy these anyway, because we don't. Not like we're trading them.
Not
to-
really.
No, we're buying them to use them. So that difference, I think, would not have any effect at all.
You would get billed, you know, if you buy a 24, you know, the price goes up a few percent for the 25. So
Yeah.
there would be a,
But at end of life, when we
Yeah,
get
no,
ready
I
to go
agree
ahead and
with you.
liquidate this, it doesn't
it's
make any
just that the
difference.
cost should be a little lower because of the 24.
As we buy it, absolutely, yeah.
But I put in there like in the board packet, basically our timeline of replacing and remounting. We'd like to remount each one time, and then the next time that it's up on this 4-year rotation, then we completely replace it. So this one will be up for complete replacement in 2037. About 12 years. Truck. And that helps keep the cost down too by remounting each the ambulance one time. That's significantly less money than completely buying a new one.
And the chassis will still have full factory warranty for the correct length of time. It's not gonna be cut short because it's been sitting in.
Correct. That was my understanding.
And yeah,
Is this for information? Is it
No, we
required
need,
action?
we need action on this.
Well, then I will make the motion that we approve the purchase of the 2024.
Remount onto it. Yep. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Good. A motion second for the approval of the remount on the 2024 Chevy chassis. Is there any further discussion? Not all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Bill, well, see you back there. IT Director Bill Folger here to talk about IT purchase Dark Trace.
Sure, let's start with Dark Trace here. Run it for quite a while. Running it. This is something we deal with sometimes hourly. Each of us get alerts. We're gonna approve whether or not we're gonna allow this to happen on the network or not. And it's like another set of eyes that's 24/7 watching everything that goes on the inside of the network. I don't know why you got all the sheets for the quote. 28.5 is what we last paid for 3 years, and they bill us for a third of that. Like they're going up to 75. Or that's where they want to be. I still think that's pretty good value for what this does for us. Any questions about what it is? Or why we do this?
I can't remember how many years in a row that we've been renewing this, but we've been doing it for quite a while. And then,
This goes back to 2018.
yeah, considering how many devices and whatnot run through this network and everything, I think that's a pretty good value, like you mentioned.
Yeah,
Is this price gonna be the same for the 3-year term?
for the 3 years.
Be the
Yep,
32.
it'll be a third of that.
32,775.
Yep.
Helps give our IT people a little less headaches. A few less headaches than
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you.
we have a motion second to approve the Dark Trace contract amount of 32,775. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
All right, thank you. And the second one this morning is Buying a block of hours again from Morris Electronics and buying after hour support again. This has worked out pretty good. Getting a discount on the hourly rate. We see Sean every month, you know. He's here today. Should have brought him with, I guess.
Oh, yeah, bring him in.
Yeah, this is still great having his talent come in and having all the contacts he has with the state and with our other counties around us and even others in the area. It's great to have him available. Any questions about this?
Again, we've been talking about Sean for a lot of years now and all the services he helps bring you guys, remote, coming in on the fly when he needs to. I know a few of the other boards I sit on to contract with Morris Electronics too, so I do see those bills too, so I do see that he is offering a good rate here too. So,
Yep.
Chair, I'll make the motion that we approve the contract with Sean with Electronics, is that correct?
for a second.
Again.
All right. The motion second approve authorization of 12 monthly visits for Morris Electronics. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, why don't you grab Sean and have him come in?
Okay.
You have time.
Certainly heard a lot about him.
Mm-hmm. You're allowed from on the board I sit on with CPT. So they used to share the same building, so.
Does still fly in quite routinely as well too, weather permitting.
Saves on travel time.
Yes, it does. Welcome to the hot seat.
Oh.
Good morning.
Feel very uncomfortable if this is a goodbye, Sean.
Oh, no. Oh, good morning, Sean.
Not an ambush.
Morning.
Yes, your name gets brought up over the years and whatnot through contracts and whatnot. So Bill had mentioned you were here working on site
Sure.
today. So I think a few of our commissioners just wanted to put a face to the name. So.
Oh. Sure, no, that's great. We certainly appreciate the opportunity to have served and worked with Pipestone over many years. So no, I'm thankful for that, and hopefully there's some value in what we bring as far as to the county.
Absolutely. Well, personally speaking, I know I'm very appreciative of all the work that you've done.
Well, thank you.
Over the years and all the help that you provided to Bill and his staff. So.
Thank you.
Yep, I guess I don't have any questions or any other comments.
Other
Other
than
than
thank
that.
you.
Just-
Oh, wow.
Where are you based out of?
Based out of Morris.
You live there too?
Wow. That's an interesting story. Is as all of our kids moved away, so we had a lake cabin in Alec, which, as my wife has says, is not a home. And one word to the wise: never sell your wife's home. You guys are owners of CPT, so forever we were commingled in those offices, and we had an opportunity where they kept needing more space and more space with what's going on. So they acquired our building. We got a different building, and being a male, which I can take a joke at this. So I thought this will be wonderful. I will build a little apartment in our building / warehouse. Bad decision. My residence on my state's Alexandria. We will be building a smaller home in Morris next year there. And what I thought was a perfect idea to have work and home commingled will cease to exist.
Aren't you glad I asked?
It's not, you can tell it's not a sensitive subject. Haven't inquiries on it. So yeah, I live in that area and I've been in Morris since 1986. I've owned it since 1991 and we went through lots of evolutions from climbing on roofs, doing TVs, and then as computers came within the state, we were part of the state's arms and legs. And right now, probably 95% of what we do, it's counties. We work with, well, I always say 32 to 34 counties we're under contract with. Some we do periodic work with. We do some stuff with Hennepin. We don't consider to have a contract with them. It's just if Hennepin works with another county, they work with us on those things. Thank you, Pipestone, for what you allow us to do. You've got a great team. You know, technology drives everything we do. My daughter's a senior manager for Microsoft. I had to make a quick trip to Seattle over this last weekend. And there was an interesting thing on the Microsoft campus. There's their 50th year anniversary of Microsoft this year. And they predict more changes in technology in the next 12 months than what occurred in the last 50 years. But it tells us what's coming down the pipe, and you guys see this, no pun intended being Pipestone, but you know, there's not a single office in Pipestone County that doesn't depend upon technology. And that doesn't make technology special, that makes technology indispensable to the missions that you guys are trying to do. And that just means, and of course you hear all the horror stories of security. I mean, good grief, it's every time we turn around. So the support from the board is what enables IT to subsequently support the departments that rely on the technology. It's just kind of, but thank you, guys.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that.
Determination. After lunch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He was too quick to exit, but I did want to thank him too for having the foresight to not just sell off CPT or I forget the acronym it was at the time, but to inquire the county as if they would be interested in purchasing that rather than letting that go to private industry and where we'd be the subject of whatever contracts they would want to give us or whatever. So, but being that entity is county owned and whatnot, we're seeing a lot of. Well, I can give an update later, but even South Dakota counties are starting to inquire now for their services now too. So it's becoming a really good thing. And I think if that was sold off privately, that it wouldn't be what it is today. So
Yeah, ever increasing cost instead of a benefit.
yep, exactly. So, and then, with a aim at creating a better product and not making money at the end of the day, creating better services, better products. So, and I credit Sean to that, to, think of the counties first, and then that's who he had served, whatnot. So just wanted to mention that too. So anyway, we are finished with our regular business, so we'll keep on with other business. HR updates are all concluded, so we'll move on to the Lincoln Pipestone Rural Water action to approve the board of directors.
Mr. Chairman, you have in front of you resolution 59-30-25 for the recommending that Mr. Jerry Loneman, Mr. Joseph Weber, and Mr. Scott Wassing be appointed to the Lincoln Pipestone Rural Water Commission Board of Commissioners.
Motion to approve.
We'll make that a motion.
Thank you, Dallas.
I'll second it.
A motion second to approve the aforementioned gentleman for the directors of the Lincoln Pipestone Rural Water Board.
There's a little discussion.
Yep.
Frank has been on there for board for a long time and he termed out, I guess. And he was a very good board member and Scott Wassink will also be good. He is, some of his credentials are spelled out on some of these things, but he is a good resident of Pipestone County and will do a great job with this.
Thank you, Dallas. Any other further discussion, comments? Not, I'll call the question. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And for approval to allow the Dakota 38+2 riders to stay at the fairgrounds December 18th and 19th.
They will be requesting to use the bathrooms in the blue building. For the past several years, we have not turned the water off in there. It's too much of a hassle to turn it back on. We just leave the heat at a minimal amount in there. So they'll be able to use the bathrooms, and they will, obviously that will get water for their horses too. They would bring in their own feed for the horses. Bales will be brought in, and basically just using the facility for that, and they'll be staying overnight on their trip to Mankato. Last year, they were planning to have it, and then due to circumstances, it didn't occur last year. So,
They're gonna do it again. No, I heard that was the last one.
no, apparently they're doing it again. Dave Andrews got a hold of me on Friday and let me know that they were coming, so wanted to get it to the board right away.
What is the date of the ride?
They would be arriving on December 18th, staying overnight and leaving on the 19th.
Mr. Chair, I
Thursday,
move
Friday,
Friday,
excuse me, I'm
grant
sorry.
approval for the Dakota Riders to use their facilities.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
Motion second to approve fairgrounds use for Dakota 38+2 riders. Is there any further discussion? Guess I just want to comment that I know this is a number of years that we've allowed them to stay at the fairgrounds. They ride through Flandreau, they ride through Pipestone, so I think it's very important to keep allowing the tradition of allowing them to stay and continue to let them ride through Pipestone.
Well, with some continued good luck, we'll have decent weather.
Absolutely, absolutely. Is there any further discussion? Not all in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you for that.
Next up, looking for approval of resolution 593125, Redwood River Comprehensive Watershed Management Plan. Too many words for me this morning.
Basically Monday, we had a public hearing and then a policy committee meeting afterward to approve the final draft of this watershed management plan for the Redwood River. And this is just to recommend approval to the Bowser Board.
Thank you, Luke.
Very minimal impact in Pipestone County, correct? It's just a couple townships in the
Right,
quarter that
northeast corner of the
that
county.
drain into that watershed, not necessarily having the river through it.
Right. Mhm.
There much for changes or about the same? Or
It, well, this is the first time that it's happened. Yep, but, I mean, we spent the last year and a half basically going through a huge process and, yep. But it's one of the last ones done in the state, so I mean, the process has been kind of perfected over, the last number of years and.
there was not this before, this.
Right. They used to do water plans by county, which didn't make sense because of course water doesn't recognize county boundaries, so now they're doing it by watershed.
Okay.
Creation, this watershed has the only trout stream in Minnesota.
Really?
I did not know that.
Neither until I went to the White House.
Yeah, I'd move for approval.
I'll support that.
Motion second to approve resolution 593125. Is there any further discussion? Not all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That's for committee reports. Is there any other business, Steve, at this time?
Chairman, I do not have anything else at this point.
Okay, we'll move on to committee reports. Any volunteers? All right, Doug.
Mike George.
Yeah.
So month of October, on the 9th, soil and water conference, soil and water meeting. 14th, regular board meeting. 28th, another regular board meeting and the PCMC board meeting. I'll just go into the first week of November just because it's gonna be a whole month before I would say this, but Had Prime West in Alex last Thursday. And they did, I don't have my notes with me, but they did get approval from DHS. DHS is raising their rates that they get. And what I recall was it's a big help. It's millions of dollars of help by raising their rates. And I think they said instead of whatever million loss for the year, now they're down to 800,000 for a loss for the year. So it was a big help. So wanted to mention that. You guys got that. That's all I had.
Okay. Luke, you want to-
On 15th District 8 land use, on the 16th, I attended the Woodstock City Council, and they were inquiring if there were any funds available to replace their tornado siren.
I know that there are, I've not heard of anything.
Money to look at for that,
Yeah.
but
Mention it to Casey and see if she knows of anything. That might be a possibility through emergency management.
okay. On the 17th at Area 2 in our CRCA. 22nd Highway 23 Coalition met. On the 23rd, we had our District 8, meeting for AMC and toured that behavioral health facility in Worthington, which was pretty nice, by the way. On the 28th had the hospital board. On the 29th had the MHA trustee council getting things ready for the winter conference in January. On the 3rd had the annual landfill meeting. There's gonna be a $2 tip increase proposed for 26. Of course, the costs keep going up for that and trying to account for the demo landfill issues we're gonna have coming up. On the 4th, attended the open house for that Power on Midwest. On 6th at Area 2 in our CRCA again. On the 7th, listened to the AMC update on SNAP, WIC, and fuel assistance. And on Monday, had negotiations for LELS. And then planned ops, and then the public hearing and policy meeting for the water plan. We just approved the resolution for.
Thank you.
October 14th, regular meeting, 15th, we had the opioid meeting. Some numbers to come out of that is the first two tranches were $518,214, and the third one is $918,000. The third one was a substantial one, $400,000. Pipestone County got 21% of the money. So we're hanging in there. This money has all been approved, but has not all been spent yet. Some of the projects are multi-year projects, so they got approved for this amount of money, but it's gonna take 3 years to disperse it, so, which is fine. The state is fine with that as long as they report where it's going and what it's doing. Also on the 15th was Plum Creek at Slayton. It was a full board meeting. 28th, regular meeting, hospital board meeting. On the 31st, we had a Plum Creek executive meeting over about insurance to get that dialed in for next year. That was on Zoom and I took that out in the field.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the 1st, we had our RCCIP, that's the childcare facilitation. And as you know, we do have that building that we purchased. That's that old church across from Hanks. And that's been freshened up, paint, carpet, so forth. That is ready. We're looking at it. We do have so far 3 inquiries as to renting that facility. So the concept is that it'd be rented out to a new childcare provider, not an existing one, because we don't want to just swap buildings, and to help promote that use of it. So
20 kids can at home.
we think about 14 on the main floor, and then the basement floor also can handle children as well, but it needs to have egress window put in first, so. Then on the 8th, I had my Veterans Memorial Committee meeting, and also, as you know, and that was at the end of the month too, on the 30th, we had our actual ball out at the golf course. Thank you, everybody, for the support. The community really stepped up for us. did very well, so. I'll get some more details as far as the financials. We got another meeting tonight. But I think we're about halfway through our goal for. As you can see, we got the concrete poured out there. The quartzite bases, we believe those are going to be set yet this year. And then we'll have the black marble on top of those quartz. Then on the 9th, had my Casey Jones meeting. Again, we talked about trail possibility between here and Laverne, how that might facilitate. And they did have a bike ride over at the state park trail, the Curry Trail, and I wasn't able to attend. It was we need more people to attend this. Put a lot of work and effort in putting those together, and have a handful of people show up. So as we move forward, we're going to see if we can't help promote that a little bit more. On the 13th, I had plant ops along with Luke at the hospital. 15th, Southwest Health Human Services in Marshall with Doug. Nothing really new to report there. The 20th, SMOC meeting down in Worthington. Again, all of the concerns about funding and so forth. Our director of the Head Start program down there has resigned, and there has been a new person. In fact, it was an existing staff person that was there that stepped up in that position and looks very well suited. I think we're going to move forward with that. Very positive move. That was SMOC on the 20th, yes. And then on the 23rd, we talked about our AMC district meeting at Worthington. Also, on the 28th, I had a hospital board meeting, and then I also had a OB meeting along with that as well too. Some of the changes we've made in OB, what possibly you guys are aware of that. On the 30th, our ACE group had their annual meeting this year. It happened to be held up at Tyler, and working on the budget. Some huge concerns there, again, with funding and also cost of insurance for our employees, and looking at possibly having to actually cut hours for employees, but it was decided to go ahead and postpone that until we get a little more clear direction on what is going to happen from the, because most of our funding comes through the AmeriCorps for Seniors program. So that's kind of up in the air right now. Okay, Mr. Chair, that completes my report.
Thank you. I only attended meetings about half the month because with the birth of my child, I took a few weeks off from work, and while I was off from work, I felt I probably better not be going to meetings and stuff.
No excuse.
Right. So I don't want to do a double standard there. So the ones I did attend were on the 14th CPT Personnel Committee. The only real update is they're hiring a programmer, but the only applicant wanted to work remotely, and the only people they would really let work remotely was people that worked there for a long time, and they, have been fully trained and, know what they're doing and whatnot. So they're just gonna keep the position open. And then on the 20th, I met with CPT Executive Committee. Just talked about a number of things that we're gonna meet on later this month for the full board. Nothing major, just business as usual. And then on the 28th, had a board meeting here, then the PCMC board meeting in the afternoon, and that's everything for October. November's a little busy already for me, so I'll have a better report next month. So that concludes my report for October. Is there any other business to come before this board?
How's the baby report?
Growing big. Yeah, she's doing well.
Doing well?
She's doing well.
They all grow, but does it sleep?
We're working on that part of it, yeah, so.
Move to adjourn, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. Any further discussion? Not all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We're adjourned. 5 minutes. 9:59. Got 1 minute for you, Luke, to